Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to Concrete with the Hosses. We have a nice project going on today. We need lots of machinery, chainsaws, and maybe even a jackhammer. We're adding parking places. We hear this story so many times. The kids grow up, they get cars. Now there's no place for parking and additional cars. So we're going to take out this tree. And we were talking about trying to save it, but it's so big. It's a gorgeous tree. I'm going to try and dig it a little bit and save it, but I think we're just going to end up cutting it down. We're going to bring a parking pad out here 21 feet. I'm sorry, 18 feet by 21 feet. Losing these bushes, losing this tree, a couple steps down to that set of steps, a walkway and a set of steps coming down around, digging out underneath this deck, clearing all this out, putting a new stamp patio here, tearing out that tree, tearing out that pad, and a new stamp pad over there. So I'm going to get busy doing some demo. Come on along. Got everything ripped out of here. Those bushes came out real easy. I just had to watch the electric meter. I could not get this tree out. It was too big. I would have loved to have saved that tree, but it was just too big. We transplanted the 6 shrubs across there. That one, they could reshape it and keep it. That way they all match. I stuck that on the end. Wasn't quite sure where to put that one. So now I'm going to start pulling this dirt back. I got this concrete out real good, hauled away. So let's get this dug out. This comes out 10 feet all the way over, probably about the middle of the steps. So we're going to add a little retaining wall here. Nice big patio. They're going to put a dry deck system on here. So it'll be nice and dry. TV, real nice sitting area down there. So I'm underneath the deck, pulling the dirt back. I make a pile, then I use the skid loader to bring it up over all this debris, and I make a pile up here. This is working for now, and I'll use the 305 to scoop and load into the truck. And once I get some of this debris out of here, then I can scoop the dirt up with the track loader and load it right into the truck. Right now there's too much debris, too bumpy. I can't get up there and dump it without really destroying more of the grass, maybe damaging the concrete. So I'll avoid all that and just move the dirt around and load it with the excavator. I'll keep pulling this back. I exposed a downspout pipe underneath here. Didn't break it or anything. Just got to watch out for those. It probably dead ends here. Or I noticed I uncovered some old forma drain. That scrap, it's just laying there. But that could plug into the side. It seems a little bit high for that. I think that would be quite a bit lower. So I think that's just downspout. Get it uncovered and see. All right, keep digging. Okay, we're hauling this dirt out right here, this mound and that one. We're gonna leave everything else to build up the parking area. I got this all dug out. My form is set to 2% fall, and then I carried 2% climb back into that corner to help me get up on that blue board and cover some of that. I have an idea about what to do with that. I'm going to run it by the homeowner as soon as he gets home. These are sticking up. This one we have about 3 inches of concrete on. This one an inch, and this one is sticking up about 3 inches. So I'm going to take the chop saw and cut as close to this as I can and leave it up on a pedestal, and then they'll build a decorative bottom around it. They're talking about redoing this deck in a couple of years, so they can address that then. I don't know what else to do with these. We can't lower them, so that's what we're gonna go with. I dug this out big. The form is about 2.5 feet off of this pier. I dug it out big. Now they can do a retaining wall and backfill with stone. You don't need to dig next to the brand new concrete. We're going to do a set of steps coming up here and turning, connecting those steps up to the driveway. So we're trying to get Steve loaded to go get a load of gravel, stone, and get this in before the end of the day. It's getting kind of late, so we got a couple things to do yet. Patio area all dug out. Steve went with the last load of dirt and debris. I did layout for our parking pad. 2 feet off of the house, 15 feet from the driveway, right to this orange line. Now there's probably a good 1.5 foot drop. So I'm going to take this dirt and I'm going to pull it back, and we'll use it for our transition to get down to the patio. So I'll go ahead and get digging that while I'm waiting on Steven. So that's how I'm going to leave it for tonight. Tomorrow afternoon when we come here, we'll saw cut these piers just the tops. Take that edge off. This one's the one that's really the only one that's the issue. These ones are pretty close. We could hover over those, but I'm still going to cut them. This is all dug out, ready for some forms, but we're going to run some concrete down below before we go ahead and do all that. So Steve and I did pretty good here today.
Pretty good.
Ripped out some trees.
Come on, don't undersell it.
Could have been
quicker.
Could have been quicker.
Last time I was quick, you told me, yeah, slow down. Let me get the camera out.
I said that. I don't know if I said that. So Tommy and the other guys formed up a driveway, poured a set of steps, poured half a driveway, so we're going to pick it up there tomorrow morning. Day 2 here. We just finished our big pour, so to finish out the day, a couple things here we'll make tomorrow go real easy. We're going to tamp it, get our wire and rebar in. I have to cut the pipes down to the right height, and then saw cut these pillars down. So we'll go ahead and get started on that. Talk to you in a minute. Here we are, the morning of the pour. Truck is due any minute. What I wanted to point out is I have all of our color lined up on the trailer. And we have our extra color. We always get a little bit extra in case we come up short, and I put that in the truck. This is sitting all by itself. I don't want anybody mistakenly putting too much color in the truck. So that's how we do it. Keep it totally separate, but we have it close by. Let's head around back, see how we're doing. Okay, all of our wire mesh is in place. Tom is finishing the rebar and tying. Brought down a bundle of chairs. We'll cut those into chunks. We're gonna have to put those in as we pour. The power buggy will just crush them. And I think that's it. Waiting on concrete. We cut down the concrete yesterday around those posts, wrapped them with joint against the brick. We're gonna do a small retaining wall right here. And we're just gonna take that wall and turn it tight to the house and cover up our waterproofing and insulation. And then they're going to mount a TV, dry deck system, but we need to cover that up somehow. So that's what we come up with, the retaining wall, just turning tight to the wall all the way down. And let's keep going. Over there, we just went ahead and added the color into the truck. Now we got to give it about 50 spins, 50 to 75 spins on that drum, and get it thoroughly mixed all the way through the load. We put it on a slow mix and dumped each bag individual, and that helps it. So I am my worst enemy. I backed the skid loader into the back of the power buggy the other day and dented it, and the foot pedals wouldn't work. So I had to hurry up and take that off and figure out what was wrong with it. So I didn't get the covering back on it. And always in a hurry, right? What a beautiful morning. Is there any place we'd rather be? I don't think so. Guys are down here all ready to go, waiting on some concrete. I just said, hey, what a beautiful morning. Is there any place we'd rather be? I don't think so. I think we're all in agreement. Okay, here comes the first buggy of concrete. Right up the traction mats. So stop just shy of our chair, or run it over. Looks like a good mix. With the chairs, it's nice, helps hold it up. You just have to help it up, like all that down. Jim will just pick up those little areas. The chairs are helpful though. We'll get a couple of these in place. Running 2 power buggies, it really does go fairly quick. If we use a pumper, then there's a lot of cleanup. There's a lot of setup and cleanup. So when we're done power buggying, spray them out just like a wheelbarrow, and we're good to go. There it is, all poured and bull floated. Went pretty good. One buggy extra right there, so we'll just dump it. I don't think so, Jim. I think I got it all. One buggy extra. We got some more stone to put in here, so we'll let that harden up and break it up and use it as fill. So this is why I prefer buggies over pumping. The mixer can clean up in our buggies, and we can lose that right in here. If this was a pump job, we'd have all the hose to deal with in this finished housing plan. We do it, this is easier. Okay, while we're waiting on the concrete to tighten up, we started getting this parking area ready. It's 15 feet out by 26 feet across. So this is going to be a pretty high wall of concrete. This will all be a concrete face right in here.
Yeah.
So Jim's putting bracing and kickers off of that. We don't want to pour that and have this bow. Same thing here. We'll get some blocking going from form to house to keep this nice and straight. See it right on our string, keeping that nice and straight. A little bit more stone in here, compaction, reinforcement, ready to go. Steve's on the concrete here. He said it's a little bit soft, just cleaning up along that wall. Just got it all edged. It is a couple messages. Can't see my phone. 9 o'clock. So we've been on the ground now for about 45 minutes. Starting to set up pretty good. We'll be stamping in no time. Okay, concrete is close. If we start stamping too soon, it sticks to the patterns. If we start stamping too late, then we're struggling at the end. I think it's good enough to go. We can start reaching in on this edge. Couldn't get that spray mat. Okay, we're about halfway done. Keeping up with the concrete. We still don't need campers on there yet. They're going in real nice with just our feet. Trying to get the stuff in the sun done first, and we'll work back into the shade. What little shade is left. Okay, I brought the camera out here right in the heat of the battle. Steve,
Yep.
want to get a little bit more right here?
Yep.
Those little rocks are always tough to get in. Right there. There you go. There it's getting tighter. So we have a full-size pattern. It's a little bit thinner. We take it on our edging. Matt's doing a skin with just texture right down the wall. So he'll just bend that up the wall, and with the texture already there, it really doesn't have to get that close to it. We'll just pick up our mortar joint pattern, and Steve will roll it tight to the wall. Taking care of our lines. Stretch, stretch. There you go. 1, 2 more to go, and we are done. Onto the driveway. Stuff in the sun is all done and stamped. We're planning on putting a stone wall here, but if that changes, we're all done all the way tight to the wall. Knocking some dirt off. We should have brushed that off, huh? Oh well. It's all right on top of the concrete. It'll wash off. Alright, I'm out of here. Alright, last little bit as they work their way off. This is how we'll leave it for today. Tomorrow, clean, color, saw cut, and seal. I'm going to come back tonight and do a saw cut off of that corner to post and post out. I don't think that would make it through the night. We'd come here tomorrow, there'll be a crack there. All right, let's go pour a driveway.